it's phenomenal that we were able to fight our way into a bowl game. These extra practices are so critical when it comes to developing. That's 15 more practices you're not going to get if we haven't been going. So it's great to be out here, great to kind of get out there in his helmets, kind of run around a little bit, get back with the team after finals, and warm up, loosen up. You kind of played your best ball in November. Were you hoping to get another game just because of how well you played down the stretch? I mean, obviously, going into that last 4 games, we wanted to come out completely bowl eligible. Didn't quite get there, but we got lucky enough with grades to be able to get to go. So we're definitely excited and we're ready to play.
What's a couple of factors you can point to with the offense having so much success in November?
I think we really just clicked. I think more than anything, we all just became really comfortable with each other. Getting late into the season, a tremendous amount of reps. We all just kind of finally meshed together and finally all clicked. Everyone was firing on all cylinders, and just worked out.
What do you remember about your first couple of bowl practices that led you to believe that they're so important?
Well, I mean, when I first got here, it was I'd run the second team offense, so it was pretty nerve-wracking. Definitely didn't want to mess up, so of course I messed everything up. But you could just tell by how the coaches were coaching, the amount of young guys getting a lot of reps, the amount of team reps, just everything that were about those practices was about development, about getting people together, not so much getting ready for a game. So in terms of like spring practice, and a lot of development goes on during spring practice. So I mean, it was kind of like a second spring practice.
You should have been in high school at that point, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes, I finished my last high school exam like the 12th of December or something like that, and I was full pads at practice the 14th.
What did they do for you going into the spring? Those practices.
I mean, it gave me a chance to kind of like meet everyone, get a feel of what it's going to be like, get kind of acquainted with everyone, the speed, and I mean, still obviously you're not going to be prepared for it, but kind of gave you a little taste of what you were going to have going into spring practice, so I at least knew kind of what to expect.
When you look back on your first season as a full-time starter, and how you have to prepare different, was it more than you expected, what you expected? When you look back on that, what do you kind of take away from your first year as a full-time starter?
Watching Dak, since I've been here, I watch everything that he did, and I mean, I tried my very best to do what he did and to try to be like that. So I definitely knew what the job entailed and what I was going to have to do. Actually doing it, it took me a little while to kind of get the routine down, to kind of figure it all out, but when I finally did, it started clicking.
What are things like behind you going into this bowl game with Damian and Nick and that kind of situation?
I mean, how do you mean?
Like, how are things like developing behind you? How do you think things are going to be with you as far as a backup for this game?
I mean, almost positive Damian's going to be here, so I think he's taking his official visit somewhere right now, and he'll be back here soon to keep practicing with us and to go with the game. So I'm sure he'll probably be our backup, and if for some reason he's not there, then it'll be Wyatt Roberts or Logan Burnett.
This Miami of Ohio is one of the best defenses in the MAC, if not the best. Have you done much prepping or scouting, or have you not really seen much?
Today was really the first day that I really got to look at them. Definitely good coverage on the outside with the corners. They play really aggressive. Definitely just a physical team, and coming from the MAC, playing the SEC, I'm sure they have a big chip on their shoulder, really coming out, swinging, and playing their best. So we got to go out there and play.
And now how do you keep that mindset of not overlooking them and saying, they can't hang with us?
I mean, how the season's going, you can't really overlook anyone. We learned that, and I think that's going to be a lesson that's going to stick with us for at least the rest of the time I'm here, that we can't look over anyone else. We can't just downplay anyone. We can't take any plays off, any reps off, because anyone can beat you.
You kind of talked about your senior year, or your first year as a starter on the field. Off the field, Dak used to talk about how he'd go to the grocery store, it'd be hard, selfies and whatnot. Has things changed for you kind of off the field, the kind of year that you had?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, there obviously still sometimes just walk out, no one really knows, and that I go on my business, and then other times someone might say something, and then everyone's like, oh, okay, and then it gets a little hectic. But I mean, generally, just fans wanting to meet you, want to congratulate you, and want to come say hey, so definitely not a bad thing.